do, man? Peace. So I want to talk about growth and expansion, the natural way, a way of that I'm noticing in myself, growth that's in alignment with the way of things with source in the universe. So before I do that, I want to go into my craft, right? See how it's like unique, one-on-one pieces like this, which is awesome growth. It's cool, different styles and techniques, right? hmm Um, I remember when I first started creating early on, right? I used to create a piece for myself, and I'd be like, okay, this is my best piece. I'm not about to ever take it apart. I'm gonna just keep it as is. And then we'll have situations where I would lose the pendant. Then I'm like, well, I got no choice but to create more. And after doing it, just allowing myself to create. And without that feeling of, man, this is my best, I gotta hold on to it. I had that detachment feeling. I was able to create more one-on-one pieces and really have the confidence to create and not fear losing whatever come to me that I would create. And knowing I can always create something better allow me to let go of holding on to things. Then I was able to just expand my craft, right? And I prime myself having one-on-one pieces, and not once then it'd be like, oh man, I would love to recreate it because I want that rarity, that rareness, and oh, you're the only person in this world that have a piece like that. And that's what the beginning of my Exit was. It is right now. It's just having pieces that's one-on-one. You won't see nobody have that. But now I'm going to talk about how it's, it's, it's shifting a little bit. How it's shifting. Things like how I know I'm growing, stepping into another natural way of expansion and stuff like that, which is through sacred geometry and just the natural flow and way of things, like in nature, how trees bear fruit, repetition, and everything is like coded. That's a method that happens just like that, repetition. So we creating pendants that look similar or they're exactly the same, identical, and having the confidence and then knowing that you could redo it, like planting a seed in the ground, watering it, and it's sprouting and growing, bearing fruit to where you could distribute it to multiple people, and people come to you and stuff like that. You know, that type of repetition, that type of growth. And I could see it in myself when I'm creating now. I got this piece and this piece. See how similar it is? Look at that. Innovative, right? And that's the growth. And this is my favorite one to draw. Repetition. You see that? How if I keep going, I could fill this whole page up with this sea of light pattern. You see? And that's growth. And that's the natural way of life. It's like that. It's cool to have one-on-one, but can you recreate that one-on-one pieces? Do you have the desire to and wanted to? Can you recreate that? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a thing of luck. It was like, yeah, you built like that, right? And I got this oil too now that I have on my Etsy where it's made to order. And I have a method where I know exactly how much I put in stuff and I can recreate it. And I have friends, right, that's very successful in making jewelry. And everything they make is exactly the same and they recreate it on their Etsy. And people just keep going back and buying it and buying it day in and day out. And it's great. go to Walmart, there's a lot of the same stuff. You go to Snooks, you go to Dollar Tree, they got repetition of the same items on there. Recreating, you can recreate. That's your success right there. And that's like the growth that I see myself coming into more of wanting to recreate pieces and having that line for myself. You know? And these free flowing, natural way of reproducing, of repetition of just doing the same thing, creates this whole thing right here. Having plants and vegetables grow in, or multiple items come through that you can create, stuff like that. It's not complicated. It's easy. It's a natural method that even if you leave the fruits alone outside, he gonna keep on reproducing and doing his own thing without you. You know, it's all about you knowing, okay, what the right soil to use, the right timing, and all that stuff, you know, and acting accordingly. With me, it's just knowing and peeping pillars that I make that would be, like, you know what, ooh, this would be a good idea to recreate, and paying attention to the techniques and stuff that I do, and not just create all willy-nilly. Oh yeah, this is an instance that just happened. It's like last Saturday, I think. Yeah, it was last Saturday. Went to a yoga class, right? And that guy, he brought us through a routine, right? And then after we finished the first part of the routine, it's like, all right, let's do it again. But this time, I'm not gonna say anything. You just like go from what you recall through the routine, through the flow, you know? And my mind was like, what the hell? I don't remember much at all. I just remember a couple things in the beginning, in the middle, and stuff like that. So it's like a wake-up call for me to be more, have that more of awareness, paying attention to what it is that I'm doing in that moment, and not just copying and pasting in a way during the routine, and making sure I know like the routines and stuff like that, to be able to be like, okay, to recall it and speak it back, and or even just do it in action, mimic. Because mimicking is a natural way of learning. Like when you were a kid, the way you learn, the way you speak is through mimicking. And as you get older, you pretty much mimic stuff in your own way, or until you get to that point of your own style developing. So yeah, you're able to recreate over and over again. And that's where I'm at. What I'm realizing my growth is in being able to recreate, redo things in repetition. Like in workouts, you know, how you able to do the same set, 15 sets of 3 pull-ups, you know what I'm saying? 15 sets or whatever, 3 sets or whatever sort of reps you want to do doing push-ups, you know? That repetitions will lead to growth and next level expansion. I pay attention to how easier it gets, or how much better I get, you know, at doing those. So that's what I've been peeping and watching and being like, yo, it's not so much of having one-on-one pieces that you ain't gonna see much people having, but how can you recreate it? Can you reproduce it? It's not no just one-hit wonder, stuff like that. You know, there's a method to your greatness, you know? That's what I'm working on. I'm bringing to fruition. I got this. You got it too. Peace and love, my guy. Peace and love, G.